Hello guys, welcome back. Boeing Fan 727 here with you, coming at you today with another live stream as promised. We are going to jump into Trainz a New Era and let's just get moving. I got some time to kill. I got over an hour, but I need to be done by about 3:30ish my time. It's trash day and I got to get the trash out before I head off to work. So but hopefully the internet's going to be better today. Hopefully things will go better, and I hope you all are doing well. Had a busy, I wouldn't say a busy night, but I had a long night last night at work. Long, just, they put me up at the freight house, and it was nice. I got to sit and just play trains for a while, but it does get boring, so. And to think I pretty much sat there for a while and got paid to build on trains. So, hey, New York Central, how you doing today? Welcome back to the live stream. Ah, yes, the lag. The lag is great. Gotta love it when it first loads in. Get all the lag. Well, we'll let it figure out its life for a second, and then we'll get moving, so. But I did get more tracks laid down from last time. Did kind of rearrange things a little bit. This is Central Maine and Quebec's mainline track that leaves Mégantic and kind of goes down towards Maine and whatnot. So it kind of comes along here. So this is our kind of border right here. I really don't know how to have any other way to describe it, but it's kind of our border, kind of the limit of the yard, how far we can go up. All right, man, we're just getting started. I might have to just duck off for a second. I'll leave this running. The dog looks like it wants to go out, of course, because I didn't just try that 10 minutes ago before I sat down to live stream. But yeah, so this is Central Maine and Quebec's main line. Comes along here. I might just extend that corner just a little bit, make it a little bit more smooth. A little wider, just looks sharp. Yeah, the dog wants to go out. Of course it does. I guess. Well, I'll give you guys this moment to get settled and whatnot, and I'll be right back as well. I'll make this short. Sorry. Alrighty. Apologize for all the interruptions I've ever had on my live stream, guys. Life does not seem to know that I am streaming, so... Or it does seem to know that I'm streaming, so it just likes to throw things at me. But... It's unreal! Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. The stream. Just gotta say it like that, I guess. So what did we do last night? All right, so what we did was, I remember, that's good that I remember. But if you guys remember, at the end of last episode, begun to make the intermodal yard, had these kind of storage tracks set up before, or set up to the point where I could keep dragging them out as far as I needed them to go, and then kind of end them right there. I was talking to Mr. Sean Dean. He pops up in the chat every now and again. He's also made the skins for the Carrabassett Valley Railroad. He caught up on the stream, took some notes, and passed along some information. Oh, speaking of the devil, there he is. Hey, Sean, how you doing? But he passed along some information and told me that an area like this wouldn't be too unrealistic to put something in, because it's just kind of an odd space and you really can't do much with it. But for all the trucks that gotta come in to pick up containers, it would be a nightmare to have all those trucks cross all these tracks, and these are very active tracks. So instead of doing the intermodal yard right here in this little kind of whatever you want to call it, like almost little triangle area, could put it somewhere over here with the warehouses and stuff. Maybe, do something like that, along with all the engine services. So, and I do have more stuff to do. I know I got a couple of tracks right here for storage, but what I want to do is get one more that kind of goes up this way, and then kind of comes back in, and then connects up somewhere over here. So we're going to have a fair bit of some storage facilities and whatnot, because this is where the CMQR and the CBVR meet. Well, thanks for popping in, sir, and I hope to talk to you later tonight while I'm at work. Hopefully I can get most of this yard done so I can pass along the layout look to you, so you can get a better understanding of what's going on here. And I did place in the station, by the way. Gonna have a small gated pedestrian crossing right here. I'm thinking Trainz will probably mostly use this track, maybe this track, just because that's the main line. So as for that, I should be here up until about 3:30 Central. So if you can get back before 3:30 Central, I will be here, or at least should still be here. But aside from popping around, let's get moving. So I really don't know what to do with this area right here. I'm thinking maybe putting some fuel tanks kind of in the middle here, just because it's a large space and I really don't have a whole lot else to do with it. While we're just looking at that, I'm going to open this. Hopefully the dog doesn't want to come in either. He's just out there lounging in the sun. So hopefully he's very content with lounging in the sun and chooses to remain in the sun. But because if you look, you just kind of have all these long tracks. Like you have this long straightaway here, which doesn't really lead to much. So we could at least have something that branches off of this and brings you to more kind of facilities in a sense. So let's see, how do I want to go about this? Probably make it go from about here. Yeah, probably go from about here. and then kind of drag it up into the corner. It doesn't look bad. Make sure that all the track's all straight. So this will come off. Yeah, no, a drainage pod wouldn't be bad, but right here, right alongside here is going to be, I don't know what they call their routes in Canada, but it's going to be a Route 161 that comes down here. And then about maybe 100 feet or so is going to be the actual Lake Mégantic, which is going to be a huge lake. So a lot of the drain off will go into the lake, but I don't think it'd be terribly unrealistic to have a drainage pond to kind of maybe prevent all the oil and crap from going into the lake and all that stuff. So it's not a bad idea. I could probably put that there. Maybe have like a little service road go alongside it and whatnot. So, but hey, Gemini Jets 46, how you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Nice profile picture for your channel, man. I like it. But yeah, so I'll make like a little drainage pond right there, and then I'll put a service road maybe on 3 sides of it, just to give it some access. All right, so I lost my train of thought. It's funny, we're playing a train sim and I lost my train of thought. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. So I have these tracks going to come up. They don't have to be incredibly long. Yeah, we'll kind of have them come up here like this. You could probably go a little bit further and then start bringing them all back in. So probably go this way and then jog that way. Actually, no, we'll just drag the track up. Alright, that's not bad. The length, however, is another... the length does kind of is important to me. I just need to gauge how long it's going to be. Okay, it's in the 2000s range, or, well, low 2000s. I just need to think about the Carrabassett yard back in Winston, because its tracks are, I think, about 2,600 feet. Its longest, and it can fit some decent sized trains. So I figure, or decent size, kind of consist. So get a few of these tracks going in. Probably, let me think. Maybe going just this way, or on the right side of that track. Hey RMD, how you doing? Probably have it on the left side, so we can have all the room in the world for engine services, CMQR, CBVR, all that stuff. So that's what we'll do. We'll have the tracks kind of join in off of this side. Alrighty. Oh, so I think I just wanted to mention one thing. I don't know if you guys play GTA on PC or whatnot, and mod GTA. But I heard last night it is actually illegal now to mod GTA on your computer. Like, you can no longer mod or use mods for Grand Theft Auto 4, 5, and I forget the other one. There was another game. It wasn't a Grand Theft Auto game. But yeah, you can no longer mod Grand Theft Auto. You can't use LSPDFR. You can't use any mod. You just can't use any mods altogether, which I find I just find ridiculous. Like, you can't mod a game. You can't mod a game, really. It's illegal. How is something like that illegal? Like, what, on what purposes, does it make something like that illegal? And which is kind of disappointing, because when I get my new PC, I was looking to get Grand Theft Auto and download LSPDFR and maybe start streaming LSPDFR, or making LSPDFR videos. Ooh, he's so original, wants to make LSPDFR videos. Yeah, thank you. But, just, it's always something I wanted to do. And plus, I mean, I drive a Crown Victoria anyway, so I would love to sit there and play GTA with a car that I actually own and sit in every day. Every damn day. But yeah, I mean, literally the people who publish Grand Theft Auto, Take-Two, contacted a company which kind of allows you to modify and install particular mods, and I forget what it is. It's something for, like, Play 4, or it's something for, I forget the name of the company or the people that made the mod or made the little program to install mods to GTA. But they pretty much told them that you need to shut this down or you're going to face legal issues. And the development team of that kind of like program just said, okay, because they could go to court and they could fight it, but at the same time, it's like, they're gonna, small little company, a little non-profit company is gonna be taking on a corporation. It's like not possible. Or it is possible. It's just, do you really have the money and the resources to do so? Do you have the time? Do you want to do that? It's, in theory, just easier to say okay and just roll over and take it. But yeah, literally, like, and it's a big corporate move because they are trying to force people to come online and buy, like, I think they're called like shark cards or something like that. Spend money online, and it's like, why would Rockstar allow this? Because now that's going to hurt the image of Rockstar, because ultimately Rockstar is the face of Grand Theft Auto. Not the everyday person is going to know who, oh, there's a publishing company who publishes GTA. They're just going to see Rockstar and go, oh, well, F Rockstar, because they took away my modding. They're not going to sit there and think about, oh, well, maybe this wasn't Rockstar. Maybe this was a company that publishes Grand Theft Auto, so they're gonna take their anger and their feelings out on Rockstar, and this could really, really hurt the company, and that's pretty sad. And it's pretty sad that Rockstar is saying nothing, because this isn't the first time that Take-Two has said something about modding in the GTA community. But Rockstar came back to say, they were perfectly okay with modding. Well, what's the difference here? And this is going to affect, I think, the landscape of YouTube as well, because if you look at it, there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot that play GTA, some sort of GTA with some sort of mods, because that's just the way it is. People loved the base game, but they wanted to take it so much further and make it theirs, and play the game how they want to play it. I think personally it's a bad move, but it's, like I said, it's going to change the landscape of YouTube, because now we're going to have to start seeing different, more content popping up about other stuff, because people aren't going to want to just hop online and play online, because honestly, in my personal opinion, online GTA just sucks. There's really nothing great about it, especially in the PC community. I mean, you see other people just play online. I mean, going online in any PC game, or any game for that matter, it just sucks, because people are just so volatile. So yeah, no, there's people that their whole channels, like, look at Steve the Gamer. I mean, I almost want to say all of his content, other than Emerge NYC, which is a great game, and we're kind of waiting for Emerge NYC to come out, because that's kind of why people, play LSPDFRs to make it a police game, but you look at guys like Steve the Gamer, almost all his content is LSPDFR, LCPDFR, or a modded version of Grand Theft Auto. So you take away everything that someone uses for their channel, and of course my stream is buffering. Give it a second. Okay, we're back. We're good. I don't know if you guys caught that all, but my internet sucks still. You take away everything that person uses to make videos and whatnot, and what do? What do they do next? Where do they go? I mean, for some people, their channel is their livelihood, Imagine if someone like Squirrel, if you guys know who Squirrel is, he does a lot of Euro Truck and American Truck, and he plays My Summer Car and whatnot. And he's pretty much the home of simulation. He is the home of simulation I think in my personal opinion. That's also his channel slogan. But imagine if his channel was completely Grand Theft Auto. All right, just imagine. He is a full-time YouTuber, full-time, because he's sponsored and whatnot. And so imagine someone who's a full-time YouTuber and is making their livelihood off of YouTube, and all of a sudden, everything they use to make a living gets yanked out from underneath them. It's sad. It's sad that Take-Two would make that corporate, greedy corporate move to sit there and go, oh, well, we want to make more money off of something we've already made a butt ton of money off of. Let's, take away what the people enjoy and force them to, and they're just going to sit there and go, oh, well, if we can't play our mods, let's just go online and buy stuff. No. I don't generally think it works like that. There's petitions going around right now to send to Take-Two, and yeah, it's a mess. But like I said, it's disappointing for me because I was gonna buy Grand Theft Auto solely for the reason to mod it when I get my PC. And if things don't change, well, I have a lot of other stuff I could do, like X-Plane and Trainz and Emerge NYC and Euro Truck and American Truck and whatnot, and maybe Minecraft. I've always kind of dreamed about doing Minecraft videos, like my childhood dream a little bit. But people like me, it's not going to be hard to find something different because I never started on Grand Theft Auto anyway, so it doesn't make a difference to me. But for all those other YouTubers, what are they going to do? What are they gonna? How are their channels going to be affected? And it's pretty important, when you're getting a little bit of revenue from your channel, and I'm sure these guys are, with all the views that they get. They're getting some sort of revenue from their channel. Either that or they're doing it for the pure purpose of doing it because they love it. It's just sad to see that a company would think that it's better to worry about their profits than their customers, and especially a gaming company, someone that publishes games. It's very, very sad, but only time can tell what's going to happen. The future is ahead of us, and it will show what will happen. It's just what will happen. But it's my little thoughts, because I was watching a lot of videos on that last night before I went to bed. I just kind of thought it was ridiculous that a company would do something like that. That's like Trainz going, oh no, you can't put anything up on the download station. You gotta buy stuff from us. I wasn't saying it would ruin the game. I mean, Trainz is very fun, but I think if all of a sudden one day we just couldn't, make stuff for Trainz, it just wouldn't be as fun anymore. And that goes for a lot of games. Same thing with X-Plane or Euro Truck or anything. A lot of games like look at City Skylines. City Skylines is almost 100% modded. Like, what people play on YouTube versus to what the base game actually is a far cry, because City Skylines is a great base game. It's just no one uses the base game. I can't say no one. There are some people who do. But most everyone who plays City Skylines uses a mod or two, or a bunch, or a lot, or every single one. City Skylines is a heavily modded game, and imagine if Paradox said nope, nope, can't do that, can't mod it, not today, or ever, for that matter. I think that game would fail, and as successful as Grand Theft Auto is, and I think it will still always remain successful. What does that spell the what does that mean for the future of Rockstar and the Grand Theft Auto franchise? Just kind of makes you think. What does that mean for the future of that franchise and the community that goes along with it? Because the community is almost everything. Most of you guys are a great representation of the Trainz community. You guys are great, and you make up a great part of the Trainz community and whatnot. And Approach Medium, he makes up another great part of the Trainz community. The community is everything, and if your community is happy playing your game and doing something, why would you want to take that away from them? Why would you want to prohibit them from doing what they enjoy doing and playing your game? It's just weird. Yeah, I mean seriously, like imagine if they just all of a sudden said no, you can't. Like they looked at me and said, "Oh no, those Carrabassett trains, that someone made for you, no, you can't use those. That's illegal. You can't use them in our game." I would just look at them like, "Are you mad? Did you put a little too much drugs in your cereal this morning? I mean, did you forget to take your meds?" I'd be shocked. I would honestly stop playing. I mean, that's just a whole part of the gaming world nowadays is mods. That's essentially what people use. It's mods. It's just weird to hear that. Modding. It's illegal to mod a game. What? But in Take Two's defense, and it's not really a good defense, but anyways, they said the application in the Play 4 or Take, whatever the heck it is. I think it's Play 4. I really don't know the name of it. They said it affects or touches the online core of the game or the online aspect of the game and affects it or something along those lines, something which is clearly stated in their whatever that people can't do. It can't affect or make it unfair or give people an unfair advantage on online or something like that. But it's not. That application does not. It does not touch the online core aspect of Grand Theft Auto. It doesn't. There are other mods that do so, but it's not this one in particular. It never has and it never will. But it's pretty much the investors, wanting to protect their assets and turn out a little more money and whatnot. So saddening. That's just long and short of it. But yeah, I thought I'd share that bit of information with you guys. I don't know if any of you have heard about it or have been following it, but that's what's going on in the world. What kind of world do we live in where modding's illegal? It's a pretty sad world, I'll say that. Pretty sad, sad world. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Huh. Oh, there it all goes. And it all curves to one side. Yay! No! They had it for a second. There it is. I'll come back and replace all these later. I just want to get the base track layout done. Is that too sharp? Are those corners too sharp? They don't. They don't look too sharp, from my opinion. But that's just me. No, I think they're good. I think just that one, like right there, just looks a little sharper than the rest, but I think it's all right. So now we get to drag tracks, because aren't making tracks fun? No, it's all diesels. This is a modern day line. No steam engines here. After all the time I slept, I'm still tired. I never understand that. Went to bed at 4, woke up at noon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I got 8 hours. The heck? I'm still yawning after 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of pretty solid sleep, I'd say. I don't recall waking up. It was a struggle to get out of work last night, but that's about it. Then my girlfriend says I need more sleep because I'm exerting myself a lot at work. A lot of physical labor required at my job. She says I need more sleep, but if I sleep any longer, I'm gonna waste the whole day away. You know, and I don't intend just to live to wake up to go to work and then come back to sleep. So, not the way I want to live my life, and that's not the way I want my tracks to go. So this is where CMQR and CBVR will kind of come in and whatnot. What else could we all talk about real quick? About an hour to go. And I don't know how long that topic killed, but it seemed like it killed a little bit of time. What do you guys want to talk about? What can we talk about? Like I said, if you guys have any questions, or I was saying this before I left the last stream, but if you guys have any questions for me, or if you have a question in general that you think maybe I could help you answer, or you need some advice on something, or, you know, like to think I have a little bit of experience, could, you know, talk it out or try and answer your question as best as I can, or give you advice the best I can. That's, you know, I don't really think it needs to be perfectly straight, but As long as it's somewhat straight. But yeah, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you guys think my topics are interesting, but I always figure someone must have a question out there somewhere, or must have something that's bothering them, or or whatnot. But maybe I could help them out with, or help them answer, or get answers for them, or talk over, or something. Just something interesting, something. Hey, Spirit, how you doing, man? Welcome back to the stream. Nice of you to join us today on this. I don't even know what today is. It's was it Thursday? Oh my God, I have just today and tomorrow. It's a miracle. It's a freaking miracle. My work week's almost done. But I'm doing all right. Just trying to exist the best I can right now. I think it's working. I don't know. I don't know. Trying to see if you guys have any questions here. Trying to find something to talk about because my brain is fried. I'm trying to keep it that way before I go to work, so I don't question anything. I don't have to question why someone did something this way or anything along those lines, because it's always someone at work that just does something so stupid, and you just want to look at them and go, why? But you just look at them and you just say nothing, and you're like, we'll have fun at the pool. It's not hot enough out here. Well, I mean, it's warm here, but the humidity's gone and it's windy, so it's kind of nice out right now. We had some storms blow through that kind of brought this nice weather, nice warm weather with it. But yeah, there was someone that did something last night before I went to the freight house, which is off the ramp, and it's kind of all by itself, so no one bothers me, and it's great. But I was getting ready to head to the freight house, and I can't remember who it was or what they did specifically. But they did it, and I just kind of looked at them, and I was going to just completely ask that person, "Are you some kind of special stupid or something?" I opened my mouth, I closed it, I shook my head, and I walked away because I could not even begin to understand the level of stupidity it took to do whatever it was that person did. Like, I have seen so many stupid things on the ramp, but I have to say that was probably the most stupidest. And I really didn't have a comment for it, so I felt it was better I walked away. So, how is the paper mill? The paper mill is well. We can pop over there real quick and take a look at it. I really haven't done much work on it. I've been trying to get the actual length of the line done, and plus my computer keeps bogging down when I get over in this general area, so I don't want to detail it too bad right now. But otherwise, paper mill's good. Still good. I added this track on the side right here just to kind of, make servicing the industry a little easier. I work at Lambert St. Louis International right here in St. Louis for Southwest Airlines. But no, that's the paper mill. It's a good little paper mill. Yep, I work at the St. Louis International Airport. It's all right. We actually the roof on one of the buildings, a little building for the lavatory truck, blew off yesterday before I got to work. I was mentioning to you guys a storm blew through my town yesterday before I was streaming, and it brought with it some pretty heavy winds. Well, that same storm hit the airport, and there's this building called the Churterator, and what that building is we have a lavatory truck, so it's pretty much like a septic truck, and you take it up to the airplane and empty the lavatory tanks. And I did this job position March and April. So it's not bad. It's actually pretty fun. But So when the truck gets full, you take it up to this building where you dump the truck and you service the truck, refill its kind of water tank and whatnot, and you dump the lav stuff, all the sewage into this kind of you dump it down to like this tank where it grinds everything up before sending it along, just kind of breaks everything down before it sends it all along to wherever it is all that stuff goes. But it's just a little, it's like just like a little garage with some with the service. But yeah, I guess the same storm that hit my house yesterday said it wasn't a bad storm, but I guess it blew the roof off the churrator. So now the churrator's all closed. But luckily there's two at the airport. But I got to work and I was up at the freight house, and another storm was blowing in last night, and the wind kicked up, and they're like, well, I hope it doesn't blow the building off the churrator again. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, the roof blew off the churrator today. I'm like, are you kidding? Everything exciting happens while I'm away. The Blue Angels buzzed by the airport a couple weeks ago while I was, at home sleeping. And that everything exciting happens while I'm gone or up at the freight house. I didn't see the new route for $6. What route is it? In specifics, I might be interested if it's only $6. Ah. Is that corner like that? No, it's not. There we go. All the lines are starting to come together. So we have kind of little spaces between the tracks and whatnot, which will be oh, excuse me. Like I said, I got my sleep, but I'm still tired. Short line railroad. Is it a U.S. short line or is it just a generic short line, so to speak? Oh, a NARM route. No, I haven't seen it. Might check it out then. I do like a good short line. So remember, I downloaded this route called Cole County or something like that. It's a nice route, but it is huge. Huge route. And it's fun to drive it. It just takes forever to go anywhere. I do like a nice short line where it doesn't take, absolutely forever to go much of anywhere. I mean, I timed it yesterday on Trainz, and I departed this yard at 10 o'clock on the game time. And I think I got close enough to Flagstaff from Mégantic. Took me about an hour and a half to get there, and that's obeying all the speed limits and whatnot, and going the speed limit. But it does take a while to get from point A to point B on this line, I will say. A little longer than I thought it was going to take. So, I mean, to go from Flagstaff Yard to Mégantic Yard takes about 2-ish hours. which means I will have to look at the passenger service schedule and make sure that all kind of adds up, because I thought it had taken a little less time than that. So if it's taking roughly 2 hours for a short freight train, then I don't want to say it could spell trouble for passenger service, but might have to rethink the times. Alrighty, so the general layout of the yard is coming along all right. Like I said, I just kind of got tracks everywhere, and they're all kind of grouped. They're grouped kind of weirdly, honestly. So, kind of have, like I said, you got this space right here, which will be a drainage ditch. You got this space right here, which is going to be nothing because it's just kind of a little area. Might have some just kind of trucks parked, or like service trucks, maybe like a small little just kind of crew shed. Oh, I played the music. Speed trees. If I recall correctly, speed trees are those nice 3D trees and whatnot that kind of sway in the breeze and change with the seasons, if I can recall correctly. If that's the case, then they look great, and they're really great trees, and I actually had some laying around in the layout before I got going with it, but they are really, really heavy on the frames, and yeah, no, they don't really do me a whole lot of good on this low-end Mac, so they're good otherwise, just not for me. But in this area right here, I'm thinking we might have some employee parking. They can kind of cross the tracks right there. Employee parking, maybe a small kind of crew shed, because, you know, kind of in the middle of all the tracks. Just a little something right here, and maybe a couple of fuel tanks or sorts, because that's going to be over here. And the engine facilities are going to be maybe right here-ish, or in this general area. Well, it's 2:46 right now. I have to be at least getting ready or almost ready for work in about an hour. So about now 58 minutes. So I'm probably going to be streaming for another 45 minutes, honestly, because I do want to I want to be out the door quickly today, before all the 5 o'clock traffic gets out, because that screwed me up going to work yesterday. Now, that's a problem. I'll place it in now, but I'm going to have to change that later. But yeah, so about another 45 minutes, so about 3:30 my time. Where did I go? I'll try back here. So yeah, so like I said, we can have some sort of employee parking and fuel storage tanks up in here, and a not, you know, nice paved road, but a paved road right here. Have another small crossing right here that will lead to the engine facilities. We're going to have a car shop. We're going to have another area for passenger train for when it gets stored, because it's a seasonal service train. It's kind of a scenic railroad style train. I'm going to make the drainage ditch while I'm at work tonight. I got the shops here. I need to make a fuel depot for both Carrabassett and Central Maine in Quebec. And so I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna I'm gonna kind of start branching them in off of here, and they're just gonna kind of spread out to wherever they need to go. And most are gonna be dead ends to where they're gonna have to back up. And I'm gonna put a Y up in here. I'm gonna put a small or a big enough Y, so that way trains can reverse their direction if necessary. I could put a turntable, but I really don't want to. But yeah, no, the speed trees are absolute frame killers. I love them otherwise. A route I was building based off of Illinois, I had a bunch of them, but they just kill the frames. I don't get it. Well, I probably do get it and probably understand perfectly why they kill the frames, because they're so detailed, but it's just, why do they need to be that detailed? Oh, well, thank you. I try my hardest for what I was given, but I'm glad you seem to think that I'm making some pretty good stuff. And it just goes to show you don't need top of the line to do anything. It helps. I can honestly say it probably helps to have high-end computers. Alrighty, so we're going to quickly branch this in from here. So I believe I've asked this question before, but what kind of music do you guys listen to? I think I've asked Sean that before, but I don't think I've asked any of you guys, and if I have, I've forgotten. Because I'm sure in the future, I'm going to have some generic music playing in the background. And I kind of want to know what you guys like to hear, because what I like to hear is vastly different from what you guys probably want to hear. Country and rap, that is, wow. That is two separate ends of the spectrum, in my opinion. Holy crap. Country's nice. I don't like today's country, though. No offense. I actually used to grow up on country, and I grew up to like Alan Jackson and early Brad Paisley and stuff, and not this like new crap. Again, no offense. I really don't like today's country. Could be worse. He could have said opera music. Could have said opera music, which then I would have told him go away. Nah, just kidding. Nah. I wonder if there's anyone who honestly listens to opera music on this channel. I'm sure. I mean, I know there's people out there that listen to opera music, but Blake Shelton's all right. I wasn't really ever a fan of Blake Shelton. I think I like Toby Keith. He's pretty cool. I like Toby Keith. But Alan Jackson was my guy growing up. And then I was tainted by rock. My taste in music changed, and it all started with Hotel California. And now I listen to Metallica. So, went from Alan Jackson to Metallica. That also is very two different ends of the spectrum. I think we have some Blake Shelton fans in this group chat. Nothing wrong with Blake Shelton. He's got some good music. He's a good guy. Good guy, just such a lovely place. When we went I've been to California, and I remember our first trip to California. I have a little brother. He's 12 now, but I forget how old he was at the time when we went to California for the first time. But he was old enough to, kind of remember stuff and understand stuff. But he listens. No, he doesn't listen to my music, but he was listening to my music with me, and he liked the song Hotel California. And I remember getting to California, and we were telling him we're looking for a hotel, and he's like, "Why are we doing that?" And we're like, "To stay." He's like, "Well, what are we gonna be able to leave?" Mr. Sean, he makes all my reskins. He is the epic individual who makes the CBVR skins for me, and he should be, when time permits, whenever that is, and it does not bother me, but whenever time permits, should be making the rest of the CBVR skins. But long story short, my brother was freaking out because he was worried that we wouldn't be able to check out of the hotel. Like, we'd be stuck in California for all an eternity, which at the time didn't seem like a bad idea to me because California, when I first got there, seemed awesome. But honestly, California is kind of overrated. It's really not. It's a great place to go. I like visiting there, but it's really not. It's just, it's a cool state to go to. That's about it. I definitely would not live there. So, but yeah, no, I just remember him being all panicked and freaked out and stuff, and he thought we were gonna get stuck there for life, like, we were gonna enter the Twilight Zone or something. Or I thought it was I kind of thought it was cute, because he's like 5 or 6 years old. He doesn't know that it's just a song, and you can check out into the hotel anytime you want, and you can always leave. You can always leave. Oh, go. I think we did all the whole West Coast. We've been San Diego to Seattle, and I prefer the Pacific Northwest. I think just because it reminds me of Maine a little bit. Definitely very uniquely different, but the Pacific Northwest was cool. I definitely liked obviously the Boeing factory. That was just kind of an obvious statement, but I like visiting Mount St. Helens. That was cool. It's like you're going to Mount St. Helens, and you're going to this one road because there's this observatory that looks up into the face of the mountain where USGS surveyor David Johnston was when the mountain erupted. He was this guy who, was the only one that knew the mountain was going to explode sideways and not straight up, but everyone didn't believe him. So there was this guy, David Johnston, who worked for the USGS, who was sitting about 6 miles from the north face of the mountain the morning it blew up, and it started to blow up, and his last words were, Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it, and then dead. Like, he had enough time to see the mountain blow up, utter those words, and then dead. But they put a observatory where his last reported location was, that looks right up into the mountain, and it's cool because, like I said, you're driving along down this road that used to go all the way around the mountain, but most of the road's now buried under like hundreds and thousands of feet of just volcanic ash. So you're driving down this road, and you're driving through forests, 20 or so miles away from the mountain, and you're seeing signs, planted in such and such year, going to be harvested in, like 2020 or 2023 or 2024. So, I mean, from the late 80s or 90s to like 2024 is how long it takes just to harvest that forest. So it takes some time for it to grow back. Well, then all of a sudden you come around this bend on this road, and there's this big sign right before this big kind of bridge and whatnot, and it says, now entering the blast zone. Or the blast zone. And you look, and it's just nothing. Like, its time is frozen forever in that area because they didn't replant. Like, the U.S. Geological Service wants to see how nature bounces back from a huge catastrophic event like a volcanic eruption, so they left it completely untouched. And you're driving along, and you see these giant tree trunks sticking out the sides of cliffs and stuff, and there's just nothing. Nothing. It's just all gone. And then you finally see the mountain right there, and there's this huge mountain with this just giant crater. Biddeford, Maine's calling me. Nope. Don't know that number other than the fact that it's the next town down from where I grew up. But yeah, it was really cool, and but I just couldn't imagine, seeing that, because literally, and I'm sure some of you guys might know, but for those of you who don't, the way Mount St. Helens exploded was it was a part eruption, part landslide. Like the whole north face of the mountain pretty much slid off. Like, it just kind of fell off, and then it just blew up. and then took all that rock and dirt and just threw it. Like, that's how the mountain blew up. There's this one series of photos which kind of makes like a stop motion animation, but there's like this one person who was able to get photos of the mountain as it slid off and blew up before he had to get away in his little Volkswagen bus. But and it's the only photos that I think we know of that shows how the mountain blew up. You know, and the fact that this guy was able to get those photos, like he got the like one in a gazillion lifetime shot. And it was quite incredible. Quite incredible how that mountain blew up. So, aside from that, like I said, Pacific Northwest is cool, but I will always be a New Englander. I will always be in New England. That's where you will find me in the future. Alrighty, so we got Carrabassett's yard, or engine stalls right here. And I think we're going to connect them in on the line right here. And we'll probably have another branch that comes up off the side for fueling. Fueling more than likely. But hold on, this just shows you how much detail jointed rail goes through sometimes. You know, on the interior of the shop, they JR Door Company. Pretty detailed stuff they make. Pretty detailed stuff. Yep, New England is for me. That's my life. I'm a New Englander for life. But Northern New England, I'm not really a fan of Southern New England or Western New England. It's extreme northeastern New England for me. New Hampshire, and New Hampshire and Maine, pretty much. Vermont's too Western New England for me. It's too mainstream, man. It's too mainstream. If you hit the... Yes, I can. Or, wait, wrong button. Alright, so if I was the rear door, I'd probably be back here. Nope, that's incorrect. Which I think. Yep, okay, there it goes. Yeah, you can open all the doors. Ah, I hate that. There's a few assets that I used to use on this one layout I was making called the I think it was the Legacy subdivision. It was another fictional Maine subdivision that I was making a long time ago. And it was a really cool downtown, another street running scene. I actually took someone else's layout from the Trainz or the download station and started to make it my own. No intention to upload it. I was just making it for myself. But it was really cool right before the Trainz new era, right before Trainz started to come out with their service packs, and then it screwed it all up. But I had so many cool assets on there, and I can't for the life of me remember any of them. There were some assets that I'm still trying to find to this day that I know is stock Trainz New Era. It's just I can't find them at all. And I don't know where they are. But as for the South, I mean, you're what, New York? You know, New York is not New England. It's the Northeast, but it's not New England. Yeah, New York is its own separate category. New York is its own thing. There's like 3 parts to New York. There's New York City. There's the interiors of New York, like kind of the Adirondacks and whatnot, and kind of the interior parts of New York. And then there's the Great Lakes part of New York. And that's New York. That's New York in a nutshell. There's like 3 parts to New York. Maybe 4 or 5, but those are the 3 prominent parts of New York in kind of my opinion. Oh, North Carolina. My sister's down in North Carolina. She's down in Winston-Salem, down there. Although she's moving to Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, she's moving to Brooklyn, New York. She doesn't have a job, or I don't know what she does, or she has a job, but it's, just a little job. She has a job. Her husband just graduated from what was he going to school for? I forget what he's going to school for. But so they're moving to Brooklyn, New York, and it's like she somehow is going to afford this, but she can't even be bothered to pay off a traffic ticket, an outstanding traffic ticket in the state of Massachusetts. She's had an outstanding traffic ticket in the state of Massachusetts for like years now. And it's going to come around and bite her in the butt because, they travel to Maine often and whatnot, but they drive. They always drive. And in order to get to Maine, no matter which way you go, to make it the most easiest, you're more than likely going to have to go through Massachusetts. You can bypass Massachusetts by going up through Vermont and stuff and going through New Hampshire. It's going to take forever in a day, but you can bypass Massachusetts. It's just the most easiest and quickest way is to hop on I-95 and go up through, Rhode Island. No, I'm sorry, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and then into Maine. And if she gets pulled over, I can almost guarantee you that for that traffic ticket, she had she was, what's she trying to do? I think she had to go to court or something like that for it, or whatever the case was. And of course, she didn't pay it, and she didn't appear. Well, if you've ever watched Cops, or have watched some sort of like law show, or like maybe like Law and Order or something, if you are summoned to court, or if you are told you need to appear in court for, a traffic violation or something like that, and you fail to appear, you could potentially have a warrant out for you, if the judge deems so, for your arrest to bring you into court, because she's essentially snubbed the state of Massachusetts. Yeah, it sucks to be pulled over. I get it. But at the same time, if you get a traffic ticket and you were told to appear in court, you might want to be there. Because like I said, now more than likely she probably has a warrant for her arrest. Or at least, something along those lines in the state of Massachusetts, which also is preventing her from getting her driver's license in the state of North Carolina. She can't get her driver's license because I believe it is suspended until she pays off that fine, which sucks because she has a car that she's paying for that she can't use, that her husband's now using. It's a mess, and I feel bad for my sister, but she brought it upon herself. It's like you can't fight the system that way, because in theory, I mean, you could go to jail for that, failing to pay a ticket or pay a fine or failing to appear in court. You can go to jail for that, as far as I'm concerned. And if that's the case, I really would not feel bad, and I hate to say it, but my sister's been kind of a jerk to me my whole life, and been a jerk to my girlfriend too, and she's barely met my girlfriend, so as they say, karma's a not very nice person. So it sucks, but at the same time, it's just like you brought it upon yourself. I can't help you. If you chose to, yeah, exactly, it's her problem. And because I remember talking to my dad, and he was asking me about it. He's like, "Well, would you bail your sister out of jail?" I'm like, "Hell no." Why would I do that? She's the one that got the traffic ticket and didn't pay it off. All she had to do was pay it off and go to court, pay it off, or however she wanted to do it. Maybe try to fight it in court or whatnot. She probably could have. She probably could have fought it in court. Maybe even got rid of it. But now it's like you're just making a really bad name for yourself. Because that stuff don't go away. I mean, yeah. No. I have not played Unturned. Truck rail transloader? No, that's not what I want. Trying to find a smaller service facility. Well, actually, CMQR doesn't need one. They don't need a service facility. Oh no, it will definitely catch up with her. I mean, I kind of feel bad, but then again, I don't because I'm not the one that didn't pay off their traffic tickets. So let me see. Sanding tower. Alrighty, so the service area. If I could move, please. Should probably come off of the tracks right here. We should probably have a point right here. And maybe a... don't know if I should build the service track point off of here or off of here. Probably thinking here. But have like multiple... I don't know what to do. I still got to put in warehouses too. And the intermodal facility. That's right, I got to put in the intermodal facility. Whoop. Seanception. Trying to think here for a second. So, probably the intermodal facility is going to be branching off of here. Probably make it up off the back. Be here. The warehouses will be probably right around here-ish. So that means facilities are going to be right here. Oh, boy. Oh, Jaden. Oh, Jaden. Well, I could always put the fueling points in over here. And that would leave some room for the CMQR. I was going to say, I thought your profile picture looked different. Just gotta make the train all even. It didn't look even for a second. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, probably make the fuel service point come off here. And as for the service point, I always use that jointed rail. I think it's like a generic service area. I don't know, what is it, a covered service area? Yeah, I always use this one. I'm just not sure if I want to continue to keep using the same exact service point, because I mean, well, if we look at it, it's got a fuel, I'm assuming this is a fuel tank, or a fuel pump. I'm assuming this is what that is. But, you know what they say. You like to assume things, making an ass out of you and me. Love you too, lost the spirit. We will catch you next time. I guess we could use this service area as much as I use it everywhere. I mean, heck, I think I even used it as at the coal mine for the engine that gets based there. Yeah, based there. Sure. Sure can make a suggestion. Concrete slab spine is going to be right here. So that's probably a little wider than I need, but all right. So we'll do that. I say I'm just getting tired of that service area. What if I'm right here? I say I don't think it's a little bit longer than I need, but I'd rather have it that way for right now. Let's see. How many people do I have watching? Oh, not bad. Pretty good turnout today. Alrighty, now was it right here? Fuel tanks. Is this the one you were talking about, or is it something different? The most finished part of the route? I think it's the town of Winston. Kind of this general area where you're starting to see a lot of the textures come along. It by far is the most completed area. You get a general idea of what the layout's going to look like. But scenery assets, okay. But yeah, you can generally see what it's going to look like, and it's the most completed kind of town in point of the layout right now. Still a lot of work left to do, but I mean, I've been doing this for about probably just about 6 months. I mean, I've been working on this project since January. Oh, that's kind of funny. But I've been doing this for about 6 months, and I now have about 34, 35, 36 miles of track, somewhere around that ballpark. I have 34 miles of marked mainline track. That doesn't include the sidings, the industries, the branches, the abandoned lines, the roads that I have built and whatnot. There's a lot of extra track too that's all unmarked, and I've done this in a 6-month period, so, all in my free time. So all my free time at work. Diesel refueling crane. Okay, let me delete this real quick. Let's see if I can't spell diesel right today. Oh, had it. Oh my god. You said crane. This thing right here. Awesome. I don't know if I need this shed or not, but we'll just kind of throw it up off the back here. Just to kind of be there and whatnot. So let's drag in a train real quick. And you probably would you want one on both sides of the train or just on one side? Probably be on this side, if anything. One side? Okay. And we'll put it on this side for now. And I'll probably do one here, one here. Yeah. We could probably fit 3 tracks in here. And it's a longer facility too, so I could probably do 1, 2, 3. So that'd be about 9 fueling points, which ain't bad. I mean, for a large yard. Oh. And plus, given the fact that the passenger train will be up here as well. Oh. And this is where the passenger train gets stored in the winter, even though it terminates and sits overnight in Stratton. But we'll have to work something out in Stratton. There'll be a refueling point at the station and in Stratton, because Stratton sits further back than Eustis. So this is a A&SE design, essentially. Alrighty, so one here. Kind of want them pretty even though. So boom, boom, boom. Alright, so this makes the most sense. Probably don't want it hugging the train, but relatively close to the train. Alrighty, well. Starting to glance at the time here, and it's getting close to about that time, so I am going to quickly finish this up. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, John, we CBVR is leasing some of these for right now. I think we're leasing about 12 or so until we start getting our SD40s delivered and painted. So take your time, because we got these cool trains running around right now. Just leasing. Alrighty. So I'll probably delete those. And add in about a couple more tracks. Alrighty. So we got, I wouldn't say the whole yard, but we got most of the yard pretty much laid out, which is good, because I need to get that done. Let me get this track aligned, and let me get the third track placed, and we'll zoom out and take a look. Alrighty, wicked. Yeah, like I said, it does not bother me what order everything comes in. Whatever you feel like cranking out is perfectly okay with me. So fine. I'm fine with anything at this point. So. Alrighty, so we got a decent bit of the yard laid out. It is a large-ish yard. It's kind of spread out, funky. I just wanted something unique, and I think I definitely got it. It's a very it's weird. It's a very weird yard. There's really no way to describe it. It's a very weird yard, but I like it. It gives it some character and whatnot. Um, this is going to be the area I pretty much think where the CMQR and the CBVR kind of transfer, loads and whatnot. Like CMQR will have 2 tracks, and the CBVR will have these 2 tracks or whatever it is, and they'll just, if they have a complete consist or whatnot, or this is just where they're gonna pick up and drop off cars for each other that need to continue on down their lines. Storage track. This is where a lot of the CBVR trains get taken down and built and whatnot. So a lot of our consist passenger station, obviously. If you guys think I need an extra track for storing cars, I can always squeeze one more in here. Just for good measure, but I think we got it taken care of. I don't think we need too much more, because we're not, I don't want to say we're not a huge railroad, but if you think about the space we do have right now, it should be sufficient. It's kind of spread out a little bit, which is not bad. So not bad in my opinion. And then we got the CBVR engine service facility going on right here. Got the CBVR fuel point. CMQR will have a small little fuel point over here somewhere. And in between is going to be a lot of kind of engine sheds, and there's going to be a car service point. Then I got to build the passenger train storage sheds and whatnot. Which reminds me about the actual passenger cars, if I can remember where the heck they are. Unless I already rolled by them. Oh, there they are. I think I'm still using these ones. We're using a similar style. Something like that for the coaches, I believe anyways. Unless my memory does not serve me correct. But Dome Depot. But yeah, so like I said, still got some good work to do, but I'm fairly happy with the work we got today. We did finish up a good part of the yard. I will get the intermodal facility done, or I will get it going tonight. It's pretty much going to come off this track here, and then more than likely it's going to come between the service yards and whatnot, the service facilities, and it will probably come right here, jog up the side, and then it's either going to connect into this track, or it's going to go up a little bit further. Or no, it wouldn't do that at all. I'm sorry. Probably just go connect right here, or it would go down to connect over here, but that's crowded, so probably just come in here. Hey, Chicago, I'm actually just getting ready to log off, man. I got to get ready for work here again, so sorry you missed it, but if you want to catch up on what we did today, it should be uploaded later. I will post on Facebook tonight. I have a Facebook group, guys, for this YouTube channel. If you want to go there and like it, if you have a Facebook, just it's basically gonna be another kind of forum, more or less, for the Trainz, but it's for all things to go on with my channel. You'll be the first to know about upcoming live streams or progress on the CBVR or any other upcoming project coming up. And no, I do not have a Twitter. I've never used Twitter, and I'm not really huge into social media, but I kind of have just the stock Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. And I barely use all three, but trying to get this channel somewhat integrated into the social media. So, but if you have a Facebook, like I said, that's always a cool place to go. If not, consider making a Trainz forum account. You can follow me on the Carrabassett Valley Railroad forum page. You can follow all things Carrabassett Valley, see upcoming previews of skins on Trainz, or upcoming previews of projects that I've completed off camera before I show them on camera. That's always another place you can go to. If not, well, the home for the Carrabassett Valley Railroad is here. So, I'm also considering typing up a kind of book or a guide or a manual style thing for the CBVR to kind of go along with it. Tells you a little bit about the industries and things like that, like a little handbook and whatnot. Considering doing that because I love creating stuff. Probably in the future, I will host this on my own website. Host the actual CBVR on a website, probably a Wix site where you can go and download it. I don't know if the Trainz skins will be on there for the Carrabassett. That'll be wherever Sean decides to put them, and he can put them wherever he wanted. They're the skins he made, so wherever he decides is fit to upload them is perfectly good with me. But the Carrabassett Valley will be uploaded to a Wix site that I will create for the CBVR. But that's all in the future. We still got a long ways to go. Still a long ways before I even think about getting a release out of this, because this is a lot of track, and I don't know how we're gonna get it all out. So, but anyways, guys. So, like I said, thank you for watching today. I'm very happy that all of you tuned in and joined me for this construction of Mégantic Yard. So, like I said, this is the layout. I don't know what you guys think of it, and hopefully you guys like it. But this is what we're going to be going with right here, and we'll have some kind of warehouses up off over here, and the intermodal yard. And I will fill in the gaps with stuff so it doesn't look so stupid. But anyways, I got to go home for work before I start running behind today. It's never good. Always be early to work, or on time at least. Always leave yourself enough time. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, if you have any questions about the CBVR, or any questions about anything that I've done today, or any questions in general, or anything you want me to talk about in the next live stream, I love talking, if you guys can't already tell. But yeah, just send me leave a comment below, or send me a message, send me an email, send me a Facebook chat, or whatever you so choose. Please, please, please go like my Facebook group so you guys can be informed, or we can keep in touch a little bit better, or and so you can just kind of keep in touch with the CBVR or any other project I got going on for YouTube. Anyways, guys, I really got to go. I will talk to you all later. Hope you have a great Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow for Friday. Thank God it's almost Friday. Talk to you guys later. See ya.